Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. I'm your host, Carissa.
And I'm Christian, and this is A Lot in Common.
We are moving on to living a non-tox life, getting away from plastic clothes,
Yes.
the toothpaste and the mouthwash, and we're getting to detergent and deodorant, taking our power back, right, sister?
Yep, we're going to make everything. You've actually started. You just said that you made enough toothpaste for 5 years.
Well, no. I didn't say I made enough. I have enough product to make toothpaste for about 5 years and on like a crazy budget. I think it was like $50.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you made this mouthwash. I've talked about it before on the show. It's incredible. It's got oil of oregano in it as well, so it like heals your mouth. It's really, really good. I
Yeah.
love it. I love going all natural. Also, with polyester clothing, kind of interesting that we bring that up, because if you think about how Candace Owens is claiming that the shirt that Charlie Kirk was wearing was 100% polyester,
Yeah.
that's pretty much like when it burns, it's plastic almost at that point, right? It's like a fabricized plastic.
The polyester that Charlie Kirk was wearing that day, it looks like, after watching Candace with that news that she dropped, that shirt was polyester, and that was a picture of the shirt and the collar of the shirt.
You know what else is really interesting about this whole situation is that they got rid of everything in that car so quickly. They threw everything away. They got rid of the car. They gutted the car and got rid of it immediately. And that is a crime scene. And even at the very least, if it's not a crime scene, then it's part of the investigation in some type of way. So it is so telling and obvious whenever they say that they got rid of everything and they're not even like, no, that's normal. This is just normal things that happen. No, it's not. None of this is normal. It's not normal.
I agree with you. Not normal at all. After seeing the pictures of her burning a half polyester shirt and what it looked like, it looked pretty much the same as that picture of material left in the car.
It did. And I mean, of course, it looks a little different because there's not the same types of things that are on Charlie's, that would have been on Charlie's shirt, right? Yeah, I think it's just so twisted. And these people are horrible and disgusting. But let's get into some of the stuff that Candace also brought up was very interesting, was the Clock Tower X, that whole situation. So Candace the other day pulled up that Clock Tower X, which is Brad Parscale, right? He was the old campaign manager, like of the funds for Trump. Now he's on this whole nother thing where he's on a $9 million campaign funded by, it's paid to Brad Parscale to be able to decide what goes on and how they're going to change narratives based on their bot performances and how they're going to get people to say things because they're going to pay them, right? And so it's super interesting. So right here, so this is from Danks. Clock Tower X LLC, Show Faith by Works, and Bridges Partners are all operating as foreign agents inside of the USA. Their primary objective is to target conservative Christian Americans with pro messaging through geofencing mega churches, manipulate AI large language models, and to perceive their fake news websites as authority on specific topics through which is generative engine optimization, and disseminate propaganda through the airwaves of over 900 radio stations, podcasts, and news channels all across America. This isn't just about radio. This isn't just about church. This isn't just about podcasters you deem suspicious. This is a full-blown attack that himself calls a war. This is the 8th Front War, to be specific. And so here's a little picture. So you've got Brad Parscale, right? $9 million was given to Clock Tower X LLC, and that's Brad Parscale. And then you go down, it targets Gen Z using AI, train and use AI to produce pro content on social media and conservative outlets. And then what I thought was really interesting about this was that the content distributor is going to be Salem Media Group. And so obviously, we all know that Charlie was going against at the end there. Right after he was taken out was their plan. They went in and they infiltrated on, they made it all happen to take him over and try to take over the youth. But what they didn't realize is that the youth was changing Charlie Kirk's mind. He wasn't changing theirs. He was not changing their opinions about it. They were changing his opinions. That's what he was changing. They changed his mind.
Right. Good point. They were changing his mind.
Right.
They
were changing his mind. The Clock Tower X LLC, it's all Very sketchy. It's something to
Mhm.
definitely keep our eyes on because I'm sure there will be a lot more coming out from it.
Absolutely. And then this eighth war that's going to be started with campaigns, with bots, with advertising, with punishments. Who knows what's to come with this eighth war?
Yeah.
But I do know that truth always wins. And so the enemy will try and the enemy will keep going and keep trying, but God always wins.
Yes, he does. Did you see that JD Vance was on Joe Rogan?
I did.
What did you think of that?
I mean, I thought it was a lot of him not answering any questions straightforward about anything. It was just him literally not answering any questions.
Yeah.
He didn't answer any questions at all. And I thought it was so interesting how he was saying he doesn't have time. He mentioned that he doesn't have time, maybe
Yeah.
like 4 or 5 times in the interview. I'm not sure.
Mhm.
But he sat down with Joe Rogan for 2.5 hours or however long it is, right?
Yeah.
That's a lot of time. Like if he
Yeah.
spent 2.5 hours on the files,
Right.
then maybe he would have figured something out because he seems to not really know much about it
Mhm.
and how he's simply just calling a scumbag.
Yeah.
I thought that word was a very
Mm.
interesting word to use. He's definitely much more than a scumbag.
Yeah.
He's like a human abuser, people, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like allegedly. So a scumbag, I wouldn't really describe that way.
Mm-mm.
Overall, I don't think it was as great of a podcast. It was a couple years ago? His first one with Joe Rogan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
During the election cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. I mean, but honestly, back then, I mean, we were all MAGA, like all totally for it, totally under the spell, right? And then, so of course, we thought we were like, he's so good. They were like riding on this high because everybody was so obsessed with them. And now I think it's hitting different for everybody because you messed up and you decided to make people fight for a huge cause, which was Donald Trump. Then you went around and you made us all turn on Trump because he's a liar and he went against all of his promises. But you still have us as individuals who were so willing to go balls to the wall for MAGA, right? But now we're going balls to the wall for the truth. And so you really messed up by creating this beast of a civilization.
Yeah.
You messed up. This is from Lori, half deaf with MS. We love her. She is post great content. So let's take a look at this.
But if people want to say we mishandled the release, guilty. We did mishandle, especially the communications of it.
What do you think should have been done?
I think that we should have just dropped everything at the very beginning. And like, obviously it takes a little time to review the stuff, to find the stuff, to redact things where you have victims and so forth. But we should have just done it as quickly as possible.
But some of the stuff that was redacted, some of the names that were redacted weren't victims.
So yeah, I've looked into this, and my understanding of this, having looked at a lot of this, but not all of it, is that it is sometimes hard to draw a distinction between victim and co-conspirator. And like, let me highlight this in a very sort of obvious way. Ro Khanna, who's been one of the loudest voices on the file, well, he became very loud on the files the minute Donald Trump became president, didn't seem to care about it during the Biden administration. He actually brought one of the victims, I think, to the State of the Union last year, or maybe it was the year before last. Well, like that victim, and I'm not accusing him.
Just gonna pause real quick there. That seems like a lot of deflecting,
Right.
in my book, in my eyes.
Yes.
He's asking you about what went wrong with the release of the files, and you start deflecting about Ro Khanna. He's totally deflecting, but we'll let him keep going.
I'm not saying she wasn't a victim. I don't know anything about her particular case. She was also listed as a co-conspirator in some of these documents, right? So there's an idea that some of the people who were engaged in the sex trafficking were also, facilitating it as well.
So they were incentivized to get more girls.
Yeah, but yes, that's right. But the idea is
Right.
that it's hard to sort of, it's sometimes a little bit of a gray area between, some of the people who were alleged victims were also alleged co-conspirators. And so what DOJ tried to do was kind of make that judgment as best they could and release.
What do you think of that?
I think that this whole interview has been a kind of a gray area.
Right.
In the Bible, Jesus says, let your yes be yes and your no be no.
Yeah.
And anything in between a yes or a no answer is confusion, and confusion is not of God. So you want to make, pretty straightforward answers, especially when there's such serious topics.
Right.
We're not with the president, what I would be, or the vice president, what I'd be hoping for in an interview would be some light to be drawn about Gaza, some
Right.
light to be drawn about the files, to show us some truth about the UFOs, that there's UFOs, just some kind of clarity on some subject. But he doesn't give clarity on any subject.
Yeah.
What he does instead is say he doesn't have enough time to get to the things that the American people want to know about. You know what I'm saying? He didn't get to anything the American people want to know about.
No.
But then he's saying he's on a press tour for his book, or he's sitting down with Joe Rogan. He's making time for these insignificant matters when there are literal pedophiles running the government. To say it simply, nothing is being addressed.
I agree. And I think that one of the best things that JD Vance does is not just a flex, but he's really good at changing the question that was asked. He breaks things down too much. You know what I mean? Like, he's sitting there talking about the files. We all read them. We have all looked into the files, and we understand that it was really sinister, dark, and disgusting, and just unbelievable, right? He's taking it back from the beginning when people were talking about files, before people were dug into them, and he's making it seem like, well, it's not much in there, or the co-conspirator he's talking. That's obvious. Obviously, there were co-conspirators that were also victims. Nobody's denying that.
Yeah, is that the answer for everything?
Right, right. I really wish Joe would have pressed more. Joe did press him a little in certain subjects, but
let's just say this, okay? It's the biggest podcast in the world, right?
Sure.
The vice president of the United States. There's no way the vice president didn't have the questions ahead of time, and Joe Rogan have his ready as well. And they were all approved, because there's too much on the line, and these people don't take chances.
I think you're right, because also in the interview, JD sits there and says, we've talked about this many times. He says that to Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
About, I believe it was about the files. He says, you and me have talked about this many times. It's like, you guys are talking behind the scenes all the time?
Right.
That's interesting.
I thought you didn't have any time.
Yeah, you didn't have any time, but you wrote a book.
I can't even barely talk on the phone with you, with the kids around and stuff, for longer than 5 minutes. But this guy, our vice president, is able to call Joe Rogan, of all people, to have just simple conversations. You know what I mean?
He says he has unlimited clearance, right?
Yeah.
So if he's able to have 2.5 hours to look at the unredacted files, imagine what we could all do with that. In 2.5 hours, what we would be able to do.
We definitely wouldn't be calling just a scumbag.
Right.
Oh, look at this scumbag selling.
He's just a douchebag, doing tax evasion and all these things. It's like, okay, buddy. Okay. Peter Thiel called. He wants you to go home, little boy. Go home. Let's move on, because JD Vance, that was a frustrating interview. But speaking of presidential, let's get into Trump. Everybody, of course, since it's been 2 years ago, just this week, are talking about the Butler shooting, right? What had happened at the Butler. We all saw on Candace that the wife of the husband that was shot, Corey, that she's still mourning. She thinks that it was the government, and she thinks that she needs answers, right? Really important. But I did want to pull this up because I played this earlier, and you can hear him saying, you can hear Trump during what had actually happened. He waits for this staged op, this staged picture photo op. So let's take a look, because it's just, now looking back on it, it's just so obvious. And we were all so taken, or not all, maybe you guys knew. I didn't. I was taken. I couldn't believe it. I was so into it. It's just crazy to look back now that our eyes are open and we have the scales removed from our eyes.
It's literally like I was saying earlier. It's like the Matrix. We're waking up in the sack of liquid.
Yeah.
The pods. Gasping for breath. Like, oh my gosh, what is this?
What? You look at everything now and you're like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So let's look, guys.
No.
Yeah. I'm going to put, this is the most important part, guys. Wait. And of course, I could even imagine it with how they have this going. They planned it, right?
Mhm.
And they were like, obviously, put the girl in the front because she's shorter and you can see his face still,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So have her right here.
Oh my gosh, dude.
And this guy looks to the side. He's like, make sure to get my face.
Oh my gosh.
This guy. I mean, like, honestly, like, he covers his hand. He's like, oh, put your hand down because the president needs to have his face out.
Right.
It's just such bullshit.
Yeah.
Such bullshit.
It is.
Yeah.
She was in the line of defense there, right in the front. She's blocking the president. And the
This
big
tiny
guys are
little
behind.
girl.
The
Yeah.
big guys behind, like,
Yeah.
It seems performative.
He says, wait.
It seems
Get
performative.
outta
And I'm
here.
sick and tired of this.
Me
I'm sick and
too.
tired of being like, oh, there it is again.
Right.
But there it is again, guys. There
What are
it
you going to
is
do?
again.
What are you going to do?
Call it
Keep
out
calling
and
it out.
pray that our country gets led in the right direction.
Yeah.
In a totally different direction, because there's some crazy stuff going on, dude.
And now they're just doing it like with the clock tower X, right? They're just doing it. Well, we'll get some to believe it. Like, cause they know they had to register with FARA. Like, we know it's not genuine. It's not real. And it's totally designed to make us like, and it's just not going to happen. That's not how you can't make someone like you, right?
Yeah.
You can't make people like a country.
Yeah.
You can't make people like a president of a country.
Right.
What Trump did in the beginning was, I think he totally lied the whole time, right?
Yeah.
And we were all tricked the entire time. That's what I believe. We didn't know, obviously. But what he did was he actually created a movement. It wasn't fake because he was actually saying things that we wanted to happen.
Yeah.
He was like part of it, right? Like it was way different. Now it's like, we love Erika Kirk. She's obviously grieving. Like they're totally just lying about everything. And it's like, whoa, you gotta bait us with something real.
Why don't you ask us
Right.
instead of tell us? We're adults.
Yeah.
Our taxpayers fund the country.
Yeah.
We are in control. The American people are in control here,
Yep.
not you. Okay. So don't tell us to like somebody. Ask us if we like them, and then we'll vote them in if we like them, right? You don't go and rig elections and you don't do crazy stuff.
Yeah. If we don't like whoever you're pushing on us, then don't keep pushing them on us and telling us we're crazy.
Right.
The bots on our X account specifically are so insane with the amount of people that love Erika.
Yeah.
But then you go to Instagram or YouTube or even Facebook and people, the majority of people agree. But on X, I am convinced that it is mostly bots.
Yeah. X is interesting. I don't really like searching on there for information too much. It really sucks. It seems super censored and it's not fun. And I don't like it. And I'm not over there ever. So if you see me on X, it ain't me. It's her. Because it's her. I can't handle it.
That'll be me talking smack back to the bots.
What's going on with the government overreach, sister?
What's going on? There was quite a few things that are going on. I mean, obviously so much is going on with government overreach, right?
Forever, yeah.
Yeah. Like the flock
Have we
cameras.
ever not had government overreach?
Right.
Like, guys, when was our country good? When was it? Not when I was around, I don't think.
Not since we've been around, no. No, I would say always been kind of conspiracy theorists. What's going on here? Don't trust the big government. I mean, you're right.
Yeah.
But they're taking more and more at alarming rates.
Yeah, true. Now we're merging and stuff. Merging without my permission. Wow.
My country, my choice. All right.
Autonomous micro drone completes its first mid-air kill of a flying moth, a milestone towards using swarms of tiny drones to hunt mosquitoes.
Isn't that crazy?
That's kind of crazy.
I thought that was kind of cool, but then, like, you know, if there's little tiny drones that can kill mosquitoes all over
they
the
can
place.
kill us.
Yes.
Oh.
Sacramento, California, they're going to be inspecting residents' trash to make sure they are in compliance with state law. So they're going to be inspecting people's recycling bins to make sure they're only putting recycles in there. To me, I think that's completely unacceptable.
Yeah, I think that is outrageous.
You're going in people's trash.
Wow.
That's people's personal property.
Wow. You can see what a person does all day long, all week long by what's in their trash.
Yeah.
You can see their daily habits by what's in their
Right.
trash. And you
Creeps.
can see what products they buy.
Yeah.
So that's what that's for. They want to see what products people are actually using. And now they can see what people are actually using every week to
Yeah.
the number
To
of
like
each
almost,
product.
you know what? It's probably almost like to do checks and balances with their AI that they have tracking everybody, right? They track everything that you do already with like your phones, your computer, everything. But then they're probably doing checks and balances with your trash to make sure that what the AI is coming back to them is correct.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just saying.
It's
Crazy
like,
conspiracy, but
no,
I bet you that's true.
No, that's what it is.
Right?
For sure.
Because what else would they be
They
doing that
can
for?
literally see everything that you're buying
Yeah.
and everything you're using by what is in your trash.
Yeah, I think that that's weird and
Mm.
it's unacceptable. And so what are you really doing?
Yeah, you want to make sure that we're recycling. Okay.
Mhm. Let's take a quick look at this. This lady, she got a rental car from Audi, right? Her car was in the shop. And what's in the rental car is pretty alarming.
What?
Let's take a look.
In the car, let me just show you. Ready? We're going to meet my new best friend. Meet the Eye of Sauron. Yes, that is a camera. That camera records everything I do, everything I say, every movement I make. If I want to pick my nose, no, you can't. Somebody's watching. If I wanted to eat something, no, somebody's watching. Oh, and then listening. How is this legal? How is it legal that a dash cam can voice record everything that you're talking about, private information? I work in medicine and I speak to patients on the phone about private health information every day. And now I can't do that in this car because Audi is recording it and listening.
Mm-hmm. Dang.
And I understand it is just a rental, but she had no choice but to get the rental. And then she goes into the video and she continues with saying she could have paid the $700 to just do a rental car for the couple weeks, but they didn't like disclose to her that there would be a camera. So she signed for the rental before she even knew that there was going to be this camera watching every single thing that she does.
Mm-hmm. And
Crazy,
that's the
right?
future of it. They want to install that on everybody's car. So we need to really start collecting car parts because they're blowing up at junkyards. Did you know that?
What?
They're literally like blowing up junkyards across the country, getting rid of old car parts because they don't want you to fix up your old cars and have them good to go when things hit the fan.
We've all been hearing that they passed into law every autonomous vehicle after 2027 will have a kill switch in it that the government deems necessary. So now we can't even have new cars, you guys.
Yeah.
Can't even have the nice new cars. What's going on?
Can't have nice things.
This is why we can't have nice things, because of government overreach.
That's right. An estimated 286 billion in AI data center projects have been canceled or delayed since the start of 2025 by Morgan Stanley. Okay.
That's
I
nice.
like that. Finally, a little good news. Who knows how true it is, because Poly Market's having some issues. That's true. That's cool. And I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's keep that going, guys.
People are going out. They're all getting together and they're having these protests. And they're saying, no, you're not building an AI data center in my backyard of all of this land that we have. Like, no, not happening. And actually, it's working, you guys. It's actually working. Also, on Tucker Carlson, he just had an episode about the flock cameras, because the flock cameras are crazy too. That whole thing, because it's a private companies that own these flock camera companies. And so he pointed out, like, what are they doing with all of this data?
Right.
So,
like, who said that's okay? Like, Congress. Thanks, guys.
yeah.
All the people we voted in totally turned on us. They are just destroying our nation for money. They're doing it for money. They're destroying our nations and our civilizations for money.
Yes. He had the creator, or like the main guy of DFlock, right?
Okay.
Which is the company that is going against the flock cameras, and they're letting people know where they are in their neighborhoods. And it's just amazing, right?
Yeah.
Amazing episode. Honestly, everybody should watch it. So right here, he's kind of introducing it a little. Take a look at this.
A group on the internet that tells you where the flock cameras are. That's what they do. They have a map They're not for flock cameras or any license plate readers. They think they're a violation of the Fourth Amendment. They think they're an invasion of your privacy. They think they're dehumanizing. All true, by the way. But what they really do is keep track of where the monitors are, where you're being surveilled. And you can go on the map, it's deflock.com, and find out where they are in your neighborhood. And by the way, it's overwhelmingly likely that you have them in your neighborhood, that you're being watched. You didn't even know it. That's because the people who are supposed to be protecting you, actually protecting you, like the mayor of your town, the chief of your police department, or your member of Congress or your governor, they should be telling you, but they don't, because they don't care at all about you or your privacy. And so DFlock steps in and says, maybe you'd like to know where these cameras are. Right. DFlock.
Nice.
Right?
You want to check out that website real quick?
Yes. Right here, DFlock. Welcome to DFlock, an open source project mapping license plate reader. Look at that. That's crazy. It just,
Yeah,
it
it
just
like
tells you
picks
everything.
up every single thing, and it's going to pick up your face, and it's going to say who you are, and it's just not cool. Like, we have a right to privacy. This is really intense. I don't like it at all.
Yeah, I don't like it either. And he was saying that they don't just track where you're going that day. They can put out things. Look at all these cameras. That's crazy.
Gosh.
They could put out things for these flock cameras that are going to give notifications when you go to a certain place or how many times you've been to that place this day. They can flag the police on certain license plates and certain drivers of the license plate in the car of where you're going. What are you doing? How many times are you doing it? When are you doing it? What, like, it's crazy. It's literally a 1984
I'm never
world.
going to go anywhere. They're
Right.
going to be like, this girl does not leave the house. Just kidding.
You can search anywhere that you want, and it'll show you it. That's so creepy.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
They're literally everywhere. But you know what else is really cool? That they have this.
Yes.
So we can track them just as much as they track us.
What are they going to track us for?
I think that they're tracking us to control us, right?
Yeah, but control us for what? You know, if you're a good person and just a simple person and just looking to find peace and joy and love your family and just kind of be healthy and just live like a normal, happy life.
Yeah.
Like, what do you need to track for?
Right.
To see what I'm buying? I don't understand. Like, you just want to make sure that you're constantly selling to me, or you want to make sure that I'm staying in line with the narrative?
Probably.
But it's
I would
like,
say it's moving towards more towards that, right?
Yeah.
It's more, especially moving in with all this stuff. I would say
Yeah.
that it's, are you on board with doing whatever it wants? You're right. And it is confusing. Like, what is the end game here? Honestly,
yeah, it's like, because if
what do you want?
Yeah, because if we're not going to follow in line with the narrative, then you might as well just stay in it. You don't need all this land because you're not going to have any people.
Right.
You know, like, why do you want to join in a place that doesn't want you?
Right.
Like, we're not going to agree with you, and there's
Ever.
nothing you can do to make us agree with you.
Right.
Genuinely, there's nothing you can do.
Yep.
And so why don't you stay in the New Jersey-sized place for the New Jersey-sized amount of people that agree with you?
Yeah. I mean, they don't even all agree, right?
They
There's
don't.
a huge
No, they don't.
uprising going on in as
Yeah.
well, because they're like,
Yeah.
no, is the devil himself, and they're trying their hardest to get him out, but they're not letting any of that make any press anywhere.
So speaking of Tucker Carlson,
I would say that Tucker even talked with Candace and say that Erika was more anti than Charlie was.
Yeah.
And so I think that's what he's alluding to. He says she was more far right than Charlie, which I think would be really hard to be more far right. I think what he meant was, but he didn't want to explicitly say, was that she was more anti than Charlie. And so I think that in the beginning, he was expecting her to go ahead and not merge with on every single topic or every single speaking point that she has. I think he was expecting her not to do that.
Yeah.
And even you were saying about Buckley Carlson, his brother.
Buckley Carlson thinks Erika's a creep too.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
He does not buy the official narrative.
Yeah.
with anything.
Buckley does not buy the lone gunman narrative. He thinks that Erika Kirk's behavior is shady.
Yes.
Right. And so he's best friends with Tucker Carlson.
Yeah.
And
brothers.
Long ago, my sister and I said that Buckley and Tucker, that's like me and you.
Yeah.
We're like, that's us, dude.
You're the Tucker Carlson. You're more, you're going to be more calm. You're not going to freak out on people.
Okay, yeah.
I'm the younger one. I think Buckley's the younger one. So we're going to be the ones going balls to the wall, calling people out.
Yeah.
It's just how it is. If
Going
you know
ham.
you know.
If you know, you know.
Younger siblings are the crazy ones. And so Buckley's sitting there letting it all out. Like,
Yeah.
he ain't even afraid. He's going to say everything. And he's his brother / best friend.
Yeah.
Come on.
So
Do you
they
really think?
definitely, on big topics like that, I'm sure that they're going to disagree on some things. But
Yeah.
on this, I think they probably are aligned.
Yeah.
That's just an opinion, though.
I think so. And I think Tucker's really good at saying, oh, I love Erika. You go, Erika. Like, he's letting her have her chance to prove him wrong in his mind. I think that's what he's doing
Yeah.
there. I think he does that with a lot of different situations, and he's really good at it.
Yeah, like with Peter Thiel.
Yeah.
He's like close with Peter Thiel, and he still compliments JD Vance. You
Yeah.
know, keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
Yeah.
Like, if he had the opportunity to be really close with the vice president on a personal level because you know what they're capable of, would you do it to better society?
Right.
Like, is he keeping his enemies closer?
Right.
That's the question.
Seems like it to me, you guys. What do you guys think? Do you think Tucker Carlson has some tricks up his sleeve, or do you think that he is a bot op? What do you think, you guys? Let us know down below in the comments.
Thank you guys so much for watching the show today. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps us grow.
Yes, and make sure to check us out on Spreaker or Patreon to get our uncensored, uncut, unredacted full videos. Also, you guys, we just launched a Buy Me a Coffee. If you want to support there, write anything you want. You guys have such great advice in the comments and so many good points that you guys point out. Buy Me a Coffee. The link will be in the description down below. We're going to be reading all of your guys' comments that you send that way.
Yes, we're going to be doing a new Sunday segment where we will read last episode's comments. So we really appreciate if you support in that way. But until next time, guys.
We'll see you next time.